so that you can own a genuine property today and go and sleep. They know that your property is somewhere appreciating, increasing in value. Let me share you a story.
Yes. Hello and welcome to Real Estate Insight on Milano's TV. I'm your host, Victoria, and today we're honored to have the CEO of Milano Properties, Mrs. Miriam. Thank you very much, Ma, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
And yes, on today's episode, we'll be asking the CEO of Milano Properties various questions to get to know her more and her business. So our first question for today is, please tell us more about Milano Properties and what makes Milano Properties unique.
Thank you so much for having me, Victoria.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
Milano Properties was birthed out of passion.
Okay.
Passion to see millions of Nigeria become homeowners, landowners, and those properties are also secured. So one thing that actually makes Milano Property unique and different is you buy property from Milano Property and you are sure to be allocated, you are sure that your documents will be given to you in a very limited time frame.
Oh, wow.
And you're also sure that those property you bought, they are safe.
Yes.
You are not going to hear stories that the property had disappeared. You know, anytime you want to actually have access to your property or use your property. So,
Wow.
Safety is guaranteed with Milano Property. Assurance is guaranteed with Milano Property. And, you know, there's no place of, I want to lose this property, or I'm going to lose the property I bought from Milano Property.
Yeah.
So one thing that brought us into where we are today as Milano Property is the safety of clients' property and making sure that home ownership is easy, seamless.
That is beautiful.
So that is what we do here.
All right, so we have few persons on our comment section. Someone came up and was like, oh, they want to know properties or listing on sales from Milano Properties. And I said, since we have the CEO here, that would be lovely for us to get information more about properties on sales. So, Ma, please, can you throw more light on properties on sales for our listeners and people willing?
Yes, we actually have a lot of properties that we're selling currently,
Okay.
but we have few on sales. On sales means that these ones are discounted and they are cheaper than the prices that is being sold for.
Wow.
And we have one in Ekpe called Granova Estate. We have one in Ibeju, Lekki called Green Avenue. And we have another one, you know, just facing the express at Ibeju as well, called Wisdom Park Estate. Now, these three properties are currently on sales.
Wow.
That means if you are keen to this property, you are buying it cheaper than the price it is being sold for.
Wow.
So these are but we have other locations like in Orchard Road, in Chevron Axis, we have in Ogombo Road, we have in Lakwe, we also have in Ekme Expressway, okay, by Alaro City, and so much more. So we have a lot of properties, and if you want any locations we just mentioned, please send us a DM or just call the numbers that we have on our chat box so you can be part of it. Thank you.
All right, Ma. So earlier on, you spoke about allocation. So for few persons that might not really have a knowledge on what is allocation or the duration, so want to know how long does it take or how long is this process of allocation for either property or land or any listing? How long does this allocation from Milano Properties, how long does it take?
Okay, this depends on the project, but for our landed property, maximum of 1 month, you get your allocation, except there is a little delay on survey, because that is not under, it's actually under Lagos State government, but maximum, we normally do 1 month. You buy, within 1 month, you get your allocation.
Wow.
Allocation also means that the property you paid for is being surveyed to your name, and there is a document called Deed of Assignment, that this document is binding you and us, being Milano Property, that you own a property through us. And with this document, you can use it to sell the land, use it to borrow money from the bank. You can even use it tomorrow for any, you know, anything you want to do in terms of you want to use that that landed property to achieve. Maybe you want to use it for legacy, to keep it for your kids, to grow up to see. You need a deed and survey, and that is what we give you on that day of allocation. And we take you to that said property on that spot where that land is surveyed to your name, to show you on ground, and you can do your fencing. You can start building on your land immediately. That is if you want to at that point. So allocation is within 1 month after purchase.
Wow, that is beautiful. So, Ma, do you have any advice for the youths, anybody out there, any advice that you can give to us?
Yes. I would say start early.
Okay.
One mistake that a lot of us have made, I will start from my father. My father made a lot of mistakes. He had a lot of money, but he was prone to buy cars. We're living in a better home, lavishing everybody, married a second wife. But one thing he did not do, he did not invest in a lot of landed properties. And that is the advantage his brother had over him, because his brother was investing in a lot of landed property. And today, you can't compare where we would have been as the children of my father if he has invested in a lot of landed property. So I would say start early. You might be a young lady, you might be a young guy coming up, and you have this money in your bank. Start early, buy a piece of land, pay on installment. You can say, oh, I don't have so much bulk money. Why not start with an installment and pay within 6 months or 1 year? But what I'm saying here is, don't wait for it to be too late to say, I knew when Ekme was selling XYZ, or I knew when Ibejuleki was selling. That is the story a lot of people are saying about Lekki Phase 1, Ikoyi, Banana Island today. In fact, I had a story I was sharing with a friend yesterday about Orchid Road being sold for 6 million naira. Today, you can't get a plot for 80 million naira. Yes. In fact, I had a client who wanted to buy at 20 million naira, but he saw water and he ran away. That same land, the owner sold it at 80 million per plot.
Wow.
So what am I saying? Land is the only thing that will never depreciate but always appreciate. So my advice right now to you, watching me, seeing me right now, is take advantage. That money you are making, save from it, and own property in strategic location. And hey, Milano Property is one place you can get a property and you will have peace of mind. So we invite you to come in and call our numbers or look into the properties that we have, so that you can own a genuine property today and go and sleep. They know that your property is somewhere appreciating, increasing in value. Let me share you a story. Yes, we have a property called Century Estate. We launched it at 2 million naira. Wow. That's in 2018. Okay. Late 2018. 2019, it was sold out for 3 million naira. Wow. Today, that property is over 15 million naira. Yes. So imagine someone has bought a car for 2 million naira at that time. Where will be that car today? Nowhere. Let's assume somebody has bought a designer at that time for 2 million naira. Where would that be today? So landed property will never disappoint you, except you don't buy a good one, or you don't buy from a good source. So we invite you to look into some of our amazing properties and be sure your right way to wealth accumulation. Thank you very much, Victoria.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. We're super excited. Today's episode was very educative and wonderful. We'd love to say a very big thank you to the CEO of Milano for having us today, because it is an honor to have her here today.
Thank you.
So we'd love to see you guys on our next episode. Do not forget to leave your comments down the comment sections for more information or tips or any question you have for Milano Properties. See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.